The Black Death. The Black Death, which occurred from 1347 to 1351, is one of the deadliest pandemics in human history. It was caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, which was transmitted to humans through the bites of fleas that had previously fed on infected rodents. This pandemic had a catastrophic impact, claiming approximately 200 million lives across Europe, Asia, and Africa. The Black Death led to significant social, economic, and cultural changes, as it wiped out a substantial portion of the population in the affected regions, disrupting entire societies and economies. The Spanish flu. The Spanish flu pandemic of 1918-1919, caused by the H1N1 influenza virus, was one of the most severe global pandemics in history. It infected about one-third of the world's population, approximately 500 million people, and resulted in the deaths of around 50 million individuals worldwide. The United States was significantly impacted, with about 675,000 deaths. The pandemic spread rapidly, facilitated by troop movements during World War I and the global transportation network. Despite its name, the Spanish flu likely originated in the United States or Europe, not Spain. Spain was just one of the few countries that reported on the flu freely, as it was neutral during World War I and did not impose wartime censorship. The virus was particularly deadly because it caused a cytokine storm, which led to severe respiratory issues and death, often within days of symptoms appearing. The pandemic occurred in waves, with the second wave being the most lethal. There were no effective vaccines or antiviral drugs at the time, which compounded the pandemic's severity. HIV/AIDS, first identified in the early 1980s in Central Africa, has led to approximately 36 million deaths worldwide since its discovery. The disease is caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, which attacks the immune system and, if untreated, leads to acquired immunodeficiency syndrome (AIDS). Despite significant medical advancements and the development of antiretroviral therapy to manage the disease, the HIV/AIDS pandemic continues to be a major global health issue, affecting millions of people around the world. The Plague of Justinian. The Plague of Justinian, which occurred between 541 and 543 AD, was a devastating pandemic caused by the bacterium Yersinia pestis, the same pathogen responsible for the Black Death centuries later. Originating in Egypt, the plague spread rapidly throughout the Byzantine Empire and the surrounding Mediterranean ports. It is estimated to have caused between 30 to 50 million deaths, significantly impacting the population of the Byzantine Empire. This pandemic severely weakened the empire, affecting its economy and military capabilities, and marked one of the first recorded instances of bubonic plague in history. The 7 cholera pandemics. The 7 cholera pandemics, caused by the bacterium Vibrio cholerae, originated in India and have occurred from 1817 to the present. These pandemics have collectively resulted in approximately 40 million deaths worldwide. Cholera is characterized by severe diarrhea and dehydration. Despite advancements in public health and sanitation, cholera continues to cause outbreaks, particularly in regions with inadequate access to clean water and sanitation facilities. The persistence of cholera highlights the ongoing challenge of ensuring global water safety and public health. The Asian flu pandemic. The Asian flu pandemic of 1957-1958, caused by the influenza A H2N2 virus, originated in China. This pandemic resulted in over 1 million deaths worldwide. The virus, a reassortant strain combining avian and human influenza viruses, spread rapidly across the globe, affecting populations in various countries with significant mortality rates. The symptoms of the Asian flu pandemic, caused by the influenza A H2N2 virus, included fever, cough, sore throat, runny nose, muscle pain, headache, fatigue, chills, prostration. The Hong Kong flu pandemic. The Hong Kong flu pandemic of 1968, caused by the influenza A H3N2 virus, originated in China and resulted in an estimated 1 to 4 million deaths globally. This pandemic was characterized by symptoms typical of influenza, including fever, cough, and sore throat, and lasted from 1968 to 1969. The virus was a result of antigenic shift, where genes from multiple subtypes reassorted to form a new virus, specifically descending from the H2N2 strain responsible for the 1957 Asian flu pandemic 12. The rapid global spread of the Hong Kong flu was facilitated by modern transportation and the movement of people, including military personnel. Despite its high infection rate, the case fatality ratio was relatively low, below 0.5%, categorizing it as a Category 2 pandemic on the Pandemic Severity Index. The Antonine Plague. The Antonine Plague, which occurred between 165 and 180 AD, significantly impacted the Roman Empire, resulting in the deaths of approximately 5 million people. This epidemic is believed to have been caused by either the variola virus, which causes smallpox, or by the measles virus. The plague was characterized by symptoms such as fevers, skin sores, diarrhea, and sore throats. The disease was brought to Rome by armies returning from campaigns in Western Asia, where they likely encountered the pathogen. The Roman population, having no prior exposure to these viruses, had no immunity, leading to widespread and devastating outbreaks. Despite the passage of centuries, the exact cause of the Antonine Plague remains a subject of debate among historians and scientists. While most evidence points towards smallpox or measles as the likely pathogens, the descriptions from that era, including those by the physician Galen, do not provide a definitive diagnosis. The Ebola pandemic. The 2014-2016 Ebola outbreak, originating in West Africa, specifically in Guinea, was caused by the Ebola virus, Ebola, and resulted in approximately 11,225 deaths. This outbreak was the largest and most complex Ebola outbreak since the virus was first discovered in 1976, with more cases and deaths than all other known Ebola outbreaks combined. The outbreak began in December 2013 and spread to several countries, including Sierra Leone and Liberia, which, along with Guinea, were the most affected.